Welcome back. Last time we left off, I was talking about the production, and I was talking about the whole digital side of the production, basically, what I did after we input our voices and our instruments into it. But, there's also a whole other side to the music, which is the instrumental and the musical side to it. Essentially what we sing, what we play, and that's what I want to go over today, and that's what I want to bring to you guys, and hopefully you guys can learn to play it after this as well. So today I've brought out this guitar. It's definitely not the one that I've used in the track. You can tell it's electric and, has a bit of resonating tone. That's not this guitar, but this guitar works very well for demonstrating purposes, very easy to illustrate on, and it's very easy to just bring out and play for you guys and show you how it's done. So that's why I have it here, and so we're just going to go straight into it. And I'll put the tabs down below for this if you want them, because I feel like for me it would be much easier to just learn directly from the tabs, but I'm the man who made it, so I'm teaching you if it's easier for you to learn that way. So Golden has 6 chords. It goes E minor 7, E flat minor 7, D minor 7, D flat minor 7, C sharp, and F. And so if you're really attentive, you can tell that that's just descending scale chromatically. And then you have C and F, and that brings you back to E minor. So that's all in the scale of C. And this is how we play it. So it starts with a E minor 7 in general terms. I'll go over the actual precisely how I play it in a sec, but just to get you a general overview of how the song goes, we have this E minor 7 first. And then we pass through that E flat minor 7. And then we go on to this D minor 7. So that is just straight, I'll give you the shape right here, you'll see it, or I guess here is a better place for it. I'll give you the chord shape on the fretboard, and you can see that, and you just simply carry it down 3 frets, play it on all of them. Then we go same thing, and then at the last chord we switch to a major 7, which I'll put up here again. And then we simply go to an F major 7. And that is the entire song. That's all the chords that are in the song. For the later part of the song, you can see that it actually kind of goes like this. It starts from the C major 7 and alternates with the F major 7 and doesn't change, and that's about it. Nighttime, baby, what you need? Spiky on the outside, golden underneath. So that's it. That is the basis of the song. So in detail, I'm going to teach you exactly how to play it now, how I exactly play it, at least the beginning part. Then I take this, what I'm going to teach you now, and I chop it up and I put it throughout the song. But you can hear it entirely in its full glory at the beginning, and you can hear throughout the different cuts of the different parts of it. So essentially, we start with this E minor 7 chord. Then we play these top 2 strings. And then we go into this descending scale that I was talking about before, where we go the E minor 7, E flat minor 7, and D minor 7, all with this same shape that we were going with. So then once we're on this D minor shape, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little sort of melodic descending scale to go back down into the next little descension, which is into the C major 7, but we'll see that in a second. So essentially, we go into this D minor 7, and then we do a little 5-7-5 on this top string, and we just ride them all the way down, and then we continue this scale. And so that scale, as I mentioned before, we start with this D minor 7, we keep the same shape, move it 1 fret down, and so then we take this major 7 shape and apply it here on the C, the 3rd fret. And so all this, again, will be right here so you can see it. So to go over that again, we went 5-7-5 on the top string, then just rode all the strings down. get to that major 7 on the C. And then this is a bit more of a tricky one. So once we're at the major 7, we go. So it appears our video just kind of stopped. It was a bit sad. I believe it was on this part of the C major. So we were here. And so what I was saying this does is you roll down the top 2 strings, you just play them down. And then what you do is you take this 3rd string, I guess 3rd string from the top, you know, if you're going down, 1, 2, 3. You take this 3rd string and then you bounce it against the 4th string and then 2nd string and 4th string. So you do this kind of pattern in the end. And then we go down to the F, which would be here. So to repeat that all over again, C, these top 2, and then we do this little mix pattern, and then we go down to the F. And the F is a pretty easy chord. The only little sort of intonations or little deviations that I do on this is just sort of playing it out a bit and being like. So you just take these top 3 strings of the chord, because I use 4-string chords. So as I was saying, for the F, we take these top 3 strings, and that's the only thing I really bounce back. So we go. And then we go back into this E minor. So once we're back at this E minor, now we have a different, it's the same chords again, you know, same 4 chords, but now we have a different sort of ornamentation on them, right? They have a different kind of spice on them, as the youth would say. So in the second go around, what we do is we do this instead. So we go play the chord, and then we play 7 on this 2nd string, 7 on 6th string, then 12 on the 6th string, 7 on 6th string, and roll down 5th and the 2nd. And so as opposed to the first time where we went through and we did the entire scale down, this time we just pick up after those notes. So I'm going to do it all again. So it goes. And it kind of fills in the space for where that chord would be rhythmically. But it doesn't fill in the chord, so we just carry it from here. And so once we're back at this D minor 7, we go like this. We just fill in a little bit. So I like to do this thing where it's, you basically take the chord and you take the very last string on the bottom, the 6th string, and you add 2 frets to it, or you add 3 frets depending on whether it's a major or minor. But this is what I do throughout the whole song, you'll notice. So we'll go like this. But so in this case, as opposed to normally we would do the descending scale down, you know, as we did in the first go around. In the second go around, we don't actually do a descending scale down on the D minor 7. We simply continue through. We get this sort of +2 fret on the last string. And then we go down to this 4 on the 2nd string, this 4th fret, which acts as if it was that descending scale. And then we go down directly into this. And so what that is we play this 3rd fret on the 2nd string, on that A string. And we do a little ghost chord. And so if you don't know what ghosting means, or you're still new to guitar, so ghosting is essentially when you play, but you don't really play. You don't hold it down with the left hand. You just kind of leave them on top of the strings without pressing down. And so the sound that you get is something like this. And so what we do is we do this little ghost. Dun. So that is the ghost. We hold that, and then the same applies for the F. Except we do have a tiny little, and that's it. That's all you need to learn for the Guitar for Golden. If I managed to figure out the animations, hopefully that was pretty easy to follow. And if I'm a good teacher, hopefully that was pretty easy to follow. So now we're going to move on to the palm muted guitar, which is something you can hear at very little points through the verses. So if you want to be really complete in playing this song throughout, you know, this is what you would do, is you would actually play this palm mute as well. So the way this palm mute actually goes, if you want to join me along in playing it, you know, entirely correct, is like this. So we go 5-7 on this D string, then on the G string goes 9, 5, 7, 5, 7 on the D string, and 5 on the G string. And so if we play that in rhythm, it goes like this. And so what you want to do, if you don't know how to palm mute, you just want to essentially lay this part, the sort of back of your hand right here. You want to put this right here on the very last part of the strings, and that'll achieve this kind of half muted but half sounding effect, and that's exactly what you want. So you do exactly the phrase that I was talking about: 5-7, 9, 5-7, 5-7, 5. And it doesn't really matter how you pick this. You can pick this with your hand, you can pick this with a pick. With a pick it sounds a bit more pronunciated. And I think that is how I did it exactly in the song. So if you want to copy it, you know, be exact, that's how you do it. You get a pick, you get a Fender Stratocaster, and you copy my tab. And so next we'll go on to the bass. So I'll catch you back when we're on that. So finally, we're here with the bass, and if you're a very keen listener, you might realize that the bass is what introduces the song. It's what comes in with the guitar at the very beginning. And to be very honest with you, it's a bit of a line. Like, it's not complicated, but it's a line that you have to remember, and so I'm gonna have to practice it a couple times now, and then I'll tell it to you. Don't worry, I'll come back in 1 second. So I'm back. I'm practiced, I'm learned up, I've realized how to play this. And so the first part of this, the first bar, anyways, I'm going to go through bars because it's easier to break it up that way. So the first bar of this, it starts here on the 14th fret on this D string. And then we go up, we climb up to the it's the G string. So we go from the D, 14th fret, G, 12th fret, G, 14th fret, then we do a little slide down to the 16th and back to 14th, 12th, and then back to the D string on the 14th. And so if we play this all together, this is how it sounds like. And that's what leads into the next bar. So then that would be all together leading into the very first note of the next bar. So in the second bar, we start with the 12th fret on this D string. And so we do this D string. Then we have this little pattern that repeats. So that would be the entire bar, and that playing that through is a 14th on the G, 12th on the G, 14th on the D. And then that same pattern again, 14, 12, 14. And then we just play two 14th notes on this D string and then a 12. So we're back to the beginning. So all together it sounds like. And so if we continue on into the next bar, this would sound like this. Into this next bar, into the third bar of the bass, we start with the 10 on this D string, 10th fret. And this bar isn't really very active, it kind of goes. And then 12th fret on the one below, and then 13th fret on the one below. So 12th on the D, 10th on the D, 12th on the A, and that's the end of the bar. And then for the next bar, we'd go into the 13th on the E string. So if we play all together what we have so far, this is what we got. And so you'd see this fourth bar starts on this 13. And then we go from 13, we slide down to 0. And then we click on this 12th again. So this fourth bar, to repeat, 13th fret on this E string. Do a little slide as if you're going to go down all the way. You don't need to go down all the way, but do it as if you're going to go down all the way. And then catch it back on the 12th fret on this E string for the next bar. It's getting really dark. I believe you guys cannot see anything, so I'm going to adjust that for a second. Okay. So hopefully that's a bit better. You can still see me in this kind of daytime. I know we're losing it as I'm speaking pretty much, but we're on this last part of this, so it should be all right. So anyways, we're on this fourth bar. So we start with this 12th fret here on this E string, then we go down to this D string. We do a slide from the 9th to the 12th. Then we do 14th, slide from the 14th to the 16th. Then 14th, 12th, go down to this A string, play a 14th, and that's the end of the bar. So that would sound something like this. And so then you continue this at the end of the next bar with a 10 on this E string again. And so just to end off, this is the last 3 bars right here, but they're all very, very simple. And so what this does is it goes 10 on this E string, then we go down to the A string, do a 10, hammer on to 12. And that's it. You just roll down from the 10, 9, 8, and then go to 0. And so overall, that's it. That's very much the end. That's how Golden is played. In proper timing. And so that's it for right now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something, and I hope you can take away from this your very own playing of Golden. And if you do end up playing Golden, please send it to me, because I'd love to see it. It'd be super inspiring for me to see other people playing my songs. But anyways, love you. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed Dreams. Check out our other content. Subscribe if you liked it. And yeah, see you later.